Dear students, in my earlier class I have discussed about when Z statistics should be used, and you must remember Z statistics used in a different way. Today we will discuss when Z statistics will be used, that is difference in proportion, difference in proportion, difference in sample proportion, difference in sample proportion. Difference or equality in two proportion. Look at the difference or equality in two proportion. Now look at the question. In random samples of 600 and 1000 men from two cities, 400 and 600 men are found to be literate. Do the data indicate at 5% level of significance that the populations are significantly different in the percentage of literacy? Now look at the question, what they have given. They have given two samples, 400 and 600 men are found to be literate. In a random sample of 600 and 100 men from two cities, that is 600 and 1000, they are the total figures. From that they have withdrawn randomly 400 and 600. That's why what they have chosen, in this way you can say they have chosen two different proportion in population or in sample, we can say in this way. Now move on to the stepwise null hypothesis. What will be your null hypothesis? Our null hypothesis, as we know, we should consider that there will be no significant difference in percentage of literacy. Students, again I am telling, you should write in this way. There will be no significant difference in the percentage of literacy. That's why P1 equal to P2 they have considered. What we are telling, no difference, that's why they are equal. This is always the logic of assuming the null hypothesis, as I have told you earlier. Alternative hypothesis, automatically they will not be same. That's why P1 not equal to P2. Now stepwise, N1, very easy. Total number observation in fast proportion, total number of population, total number of population in fast city, that is 600. What is P1? That is the probability what they have seen in their eyes, that is can be known as observed value. What I have told you earlier, what you have seen in your eyes, that is out of 600, 400 are literate. That's why the probability is 4 by 6. What is the total number of population in the second? 1000. What will be the P2? 600 by 1000, that is 6 by 10. Okay. Now what they have calculated, it is considered as P1, the first one is considered as P1 and the second was is considered as P2. And as the formula requires later on the calculation of P minus P2, they have calculated P1 minus P2, that is 1 by 15. Now P value they have to calculate, that is very easy one. What is the formula? N1 into P1 plus N2 into P2 by P1 plus P2. We have done in coordinate geometry also. N1 P1 plus N2 P2 by N1 plus N2. What is N1? 600. What is P1? 4 by 6. What is N2? 1000. What is P2? 6 by 10. And P1 as N1 and N2 value is given 600 plus 1000 and it came out as 10 by 16. As I told you earlier, the probability can be written in terms of P and Q. P is the success, Q is the failure. Or you can write in this way, the total will be P plus Q always 1. Why? As the probability lies between 0 to 1. Automatically what will be Q? Q will be 1 minus 10 by 16, that is 6 by 16. Next, the standard error of P1, P2. The formula is standard error of P1, P2. The formula will be P into Q. Write down, students, in your exercise book. root over p into q, root over p into q, root over p into q within bracket 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. Again I am telling root over p into q within bracket 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. And as we know all the values are available, what is our p? 10 by 16. What is our q? 6 by 16. What is our n1? 600. What is our n2? 1000. And we have calculated is as 1 by 40. What is the value? 1 by 40. Now what will be the z value? The z value will be, z value is P1 minus, look at here, P1 minus P2 by standard error. P1 minus P2 by standard error. P1 minus P2 by standard error. Now look at here, P minus P2, what we have calculated? 1 by 15, 1 by 15, 1 by 15, 1 by 15 by standard error. What is our standard error? 1 by 40. Then automatically it will be 1 by 15 by 1 by 40. Automatically it becomes 1 by 15 into 40. Again I am telling what is the formula of Z statistics? P1 minus P2 by AC, P1 minus P2 by AC, P1 minus P2 by AC. What is our P1 minus P2? Again I am telling 1 by 15 by 1 by 40, 1 by 15 by 1. Again I am telling what will be the Z? P, they have not written the formula, but you should write in your examination. P1, what will be the Z value? P1 minus P2 by AC standard error. That's why it is 1 by 15 by 1 by 40. Automatically it will be 1 by 15 into 40, 2.67. Now main thing, what we know, 2.67, that is our calculated value. That is our calculated value. And as I discussed with you earlier, you must remember, but also it may be given in the examination, but better you should remember it. At 5% level, the tabulated value is always 1.966. The tabulated value of Z at 5% level is 1.96. And what we know? If the calculated value is greater than the tabulated value, if the calculated value is greater than the tabulated value, we should reject the null hypothesis. That means here what we have assumed, there was no significant difference in the percentage of literacy. That's why it should be rejected, and we should consider in this way, as the calculated value is greater than 1.96, so we conclude that there is a difference between the two proportion of, there is difference between the true proportion in terms of percentage of literacy. Understood? Now move on to the second one. A farm found with the help of a sample survey in a city, size of sample 900, that 3/4 of the population consumers things produced by them. The farm thus advertised the goods in paper and on radio. After 1 year, a sample size of 1000 reveals that proportions of consumers of the goods produced by the farm is 4/5. Is this rise significant to indicate that the advertisement was effective? Again same thing. First we have to assume that the consumption before and after advertisement, there will be no difference. What we assume? As there is a protocol to assume in this way, always null hypothesis, there will be no difference between before advertisement of consumption and after advertisement of consumption. Automatic alternative hypothesis, we should consider then P1 is less than P2. Okay, also you can assume in this way P2 is the consumption after that the advertisement, that's why it is considered as P2 should be greater than the P1. Here is a difference. In earlier sum P1 not equal to P2, but here we assume alternative in this way, P2 is greater than P1. Why? Because we must assume that the advertisement will be effective. Now N1 that is given, N1 is given, size of sample 900. Okay, 3/4 of the 900. Why? Because 3/4 of the population consumers things produced by them. 3/4 of 900, that is 675. Automatically P1 will be 670 by 900. Okay, N2 that is given 1000. 4/5 of 1000, that is 800. What will be P2? 800 by 1000, that is 0.8. In earlier sum it has been kept as fraction, now it has been converted into decimal. There will be no problem as such. Now P, what we have done? Tell me quickly. N1 P1 plus N2 into P2 by N1 plus P1. In the same way, that is, what is our P1? 0.75. What is our N1? 900. Plus what is our P2? 0.80. What is our N2? 1000 divided by N1 plus N2. It came out as 0.78. In the earlier sum, again I am telling, they have done in terms of fraction, now they have done in terms of decimal. What is P plus Q? Tell me quickly. It must be 1. Automatically Q will be 1 minus 0.78. Automatically Q will be 1 minus 0.78. That's why it is 0.22. What will be the formula of standard error? P into Q. What is our P? 0.78. What is our Q? 0.22. What is our N1? 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2. What is our N1? 900. What is our N2? 1000. It came out as 0.019. Now what is the Z statistics? In earlier sum they have not written, but they are here, they have written P1 minus P2. What is our P1? 0.75. What is our P2? 0.8 divided by AC 0.19. It came out as minus 2.63. Now look at here, the value is how much? The value is minus 0.263. Here the is, now the value for Z is, Z value is greater than minus, as we know what they are asking, they are asking for here for 1% level. 1% level the value is actually there are two. For 1% level the value is minus 2.33. now this value is 2 point, so it is significant at 1% level. We reject null hypothesis and conclude that the proportion of consumption increase after advertisement. Again I am telling, here P1 greater than P1 less than is one sided, and for these states the critical regions are Z min less than equal to 1.645 at 5% level, and Z value less than equal to minus 0.23 at 1% level. But look at here, Z value is higher in both the cases. Look at here, Z value is higher in both the cases. It is minus 2.63. So we reject the null hypothesis, and we, as we know, again I am telling, the calculated value, if the calculated value is greater than the tabulated value, we should reject the null hypothesis. There is also a different way you can do in this way. We are rejecting the minus value, the mod value. In this case the calculated value will be 2.63. Automatically at 5% level and 1% level, that value will be also 1.645 and that value will be 2.33. and now look at this, the calculated value 2.63 is greater than 1.645 and also greater than 2.33. Again I am telling, if we calculate the mod value, we are rejecting the minus 1. 2.63 is greater than 1.645 and greater than 2.33 also. So we reject the null hypothesis and conclude that the advertisement has a real influence to increase the sales. Also we can write what they have written. We reject the null hypothesis and conclude that the proportion of consumption increases after advertisement.